Welcome to A Mindful Look Back with Mark, re-examining some of our favorite TV moments.
And I'm here to talk about what I considered one of the worst sagas on Saved by the Bell in their history. I loved Saved by the Bell and all its goofiness and all its corniness. And I loved Kelly and I loved Zach and Kelly together. And after all these years, after all these different relationships that each of them had, after the battles that Zach and Slater had to see who was going to get Kelly, throw a random Screech Kelly arc in there, all these different schemes, all these different things that happened, finally, Zach and Kelly were together. We get to this prom episode where they are presumed that they're about to be the king and the queen of the prom at Bayside High. Everything is going wonderfully for Zach and Kelly. Then we get into this Jeff saga.
Friends of yours?
Yeah, they're just trying to make me look good.
They don't have to try very hard.
Okay, before I even play this, I'm going to go back for a second. Before I even play this saga would not have even flown in 2023, and I'm going to tell you why. There was not a huge age difference between them, but from what we knew, Jeff was like a sophomore in college, and he was here. He was managing the Max, and Kelly got a job in the Max. She's a junior in high school. Again, not a big age difference, but presumably she was about 17 at that time, and he was 19 or 20. She was 16 or 17, and he was like 19 or 20. So people would already look at this and be like, this is some kind of predatory behavior where this guy who is in college is now going to this high school scenario and making moves on this high school student. But anyways, let's roll this film anyways, because this was going on in the 90s. So the 90s were a different time.
Friends of yours?
Yeah, they're just trying to make me look good.
They don't have to try very hard. You're already look pretty good even.
That was a good pickup line back then. For any of you who weren't around during that time, I guess that was a good pickup line. You don't have to try very hard. You already look pretty good to me. I guess that's better than anything Zach could have said, because look at her face.
Are you sure you're not going to miss me here?
Of course I'm going to miss you. I always miss you when you're gone.
You're the nicest guy I've met in a long time.
So they have this little moment here in the Max. He's working there. She's working under him. He's kissing her and making this move on her in the workplace. Cringe. This is cringe. But they were showing these little build-ups to how she was feeling. Oh, this guy is mature. He's in tune with himself. But it still gives creep vibes to me. This whole scenario gives creep vibes to me. I'm sorry. It did when I watched it as a kid back then, and it still does watching it back all these years later. Yuck.
Honestly,
On a break.
just don't, okay? I'm here with some.
And then she's pushing Zach away as if Zach did something to her. Zach did a lot of things over the course of this show, but he did nothing here. So I felt for my guy, Zach.
And he's the greatest guy. But all I can think about is Jeff.
You're the most beautiful queen I've ever.
So forget all their history together, the two of them. You know, they've been through so many different ups and downs. They've laughed together. They've cried together. They've had so many different moments. But this guy, Jeff, just kind of swooped in and gave her a couple of nice lines while they worked together briefly in the Max. And she was willing to throw away their whole childhood love affair for this guy, Jeff. This is when I started to fall out of love with Kelly, because Kelly was all of our 90s crush at one point. And I was like, I can't with this lady. Hold on, let me go back. I'm sorry, I was getting emotional.
No, I'm not. It is so weird. I'm here with Zach, and he's the greatest guy. But all I can think about is Jeff.
Kelly, you're the most beautiful queen I've ever seen.
Thanks, Jeff.
between you and Jeff. Please, just talk to me.
I don't know how to say this. It's just that Jeff and I have been working together, and
Do you really like him?
no, yes, I don't know.
And I thought you loved me.
I do love you, Zach. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Not for us. I don't want to hurt you for anything in the whole world.
I thought we'd always be together.
Zach, I'm so sorry. We still be friends?
Forever.
Zach, my guy. That would not be my answer. I would not be like, yeah, we're gonna be friends forever. I'd be like, get over there with Jeff, and I'm gonna find somebody else in the prom. Terrible saga. It made me lose all respect for Kelly. I didn't respect Jeff for it. Jeff was gone shortly after that, after it was discovered that they weren't going steady, as they called it back then. Jeff was discovered kissing another girl. He got out of there. They ended up getting back together eventually, but those are just some of my thoughts of that saga. I could have gone without that ever happening, but let me know, what did y'all think? Did y'all like the Jeff saga? Do you think that production made a good decision throwing that in there? Let me know in the comments below. And in the meantime, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thanks for joining me.